Yes, we're going live.
Yeah.
Hi, everybody. Thank you
Hi.
again for joining Nancy and I for another Monday evening of Divine Feminine Goddess readings. We
Yeah.
don't have anybody currently in the chat at the moment, so we're going to kind of chill for a bit. I do have a lurker, unless that's me that's in the chat with a my comment that shows one
Oh,
watching. So if you're lurking, hello,
yeah.
welcome. But hello, Moira. Good to see you.
Hi.
Yes, Nancy was just sharing something a moment ago, and it was just so poignant and so beautiful that people will be able to see, hear her on playback. But I wanted to give people a chance to pop into chat because we're getting a lot more channels now. There's a lot of shows getting ready to go live.
Yeah.
So you'll have people coming in. And there's Allison. Hello, Allison.
Hey.
And so I get to share with everybody. And I forgot to mention this, Allison, when I was with you. I'm over 700. I hit my 700 mark for subscribers.
Awesome.
Yes. So, yes, and Marina just went live with her guest. So it's a very busy evening. Um, I just love the energy for our show at this time. And usually people are like, well, fives with numerology, fives are kind of maybe, like in the tarot, kind of about
Mhm.
conflict or struggle. For me, that five just feels perfect for Nancy and
Yeah.
I.
Yeah.
So it's our little niche that
Yes.
we're in. So,
Yes.
and hello, Jessica Lynn. Jessica has joined us as well. So, yes, we Nancy and I just really quick appreciate everybody supporting us on both of our channels and coming to our lives when we're guests, on others' channels. Um, and subscribing. Girl, five is freedom and adventure. Really awesome. She goes, looking at it on the positive, that is. That's great. So I'll take that,
Yes.
Allison. Thank you.
Yes. I'll take
Um,
that.
so just before we went live, Nancy was sharing the importance. We were talking about the importance of the divine feminine. And Nancy, you started sharing something that was really beautiful. And I wanted to give you the opportunity to share that with everybody. So,
Well, the divine feminine that is within us, that is buried deep in our soul, hanging out with our higher self, um, is often buried so deep that we don't even realize she's there. And um, what a wonderful thing it could be if men and women would reach into themselves and work with their divine feminine energy and embrace it and become who we were truly meant to be. Not this person that's conflicted and angry and stressed, but being our highest potential. And just, you know, our soul would be at rest if we could just accept the divine feminine and embrace her.
mhm.
At least I think so.
And she's emerging more and more every year,
Yes,
every
yes,
day, definitely. Even
yeah.
with all the strife that's going on in the world, where a lot of
Well,
people are
she's
trying
been
to turn
buried
us
and put down.
backwards. They're trying
Yeah.
to push us back to the 50s and 60s with women. There's still, she's like, not, not going to do it, can't do it. And there's so many of us that are saying no, and they're still bringing her out, bringing her forward. And so,
Mhm.
yeah, most definitely. And Moira said, the divine feminine is multifaceted, just
Yes,
like each of us.
yes,
we're,
yes.
we're all like those crystals, those gems, we all have many different facets of who we are, especially our spirit. And Moira, also, I just wanted to share, I am a subscriber to both of your channels. Thank you, Moira. We
Thank you.
appreciate your support.
Yes.
um, Now, Nancy, I know you typically like to start every show with a little prayer. Would you like to do that?
Oh, yeah.
Or prayer poem in
I
case
had, uh, I had something that I think is absolutely beautiful. let me find it here.
Okay.
It's by Kyle Gray, and it is the divine source of creation. I align my intentions with the highest good. The light of the universe surrounds me with the highest form of protection. I am safe in my body and being, surrounded by angels of light. I am ready to embark upon a spiritual journey. I am ready to deepen my awareness and heighten my spiritual connection. Thank you, great teacher within, for leading the way. The power of the cosmos exists within me. I am led by the light of stars. I am aligned with the highest good and the highest truth. And so it is.
I got to write that down because you know me with the poems. I am led by the light of stars. I
Yes.
love that. Where's my? I usually have lots of my little books laying around. I am led by the light of stars. Of course, I'll play that around a little bit, but I love it. I am.
And I think that goes with the divine feminine.
So wait a minute, did I get it right? I am the light.
I'm led by the light of stars.
Oh, I am led by the light of stars. See, I was already starting to rewrite it. Wonderful. Yep. I love my writing. So definitely keep that right there. So,
Yes, if somebody's feeling kind of down, boy, when you read that, that'll perk you right up.
so I wanted to share. I was just thinking because I have my shelf closer to me now with some of my crystals on it. Nancy, did I ever share this with you? I know it's
Is that
kind of hard.
bloodstone?
It's bloodstone, but can you see the shape of the rose?
Oh my goodness, it's gorgeous. That
The
is
screen. I hate it.
gorgeous.
The light of the screen blocks it out.
Yes.
But as you can see from the side, and this is natural. It didn't,
Oh my
you know.
goodness, it's gorgeous, Heather.
So yeah, that's one of them. Because
Yeah.
the people don't know, like Moira or Jessica, Nancy and I really got to talking because we love crystals. So we love
Yes,
to
we do.
share our crystals. So, whoops, I want to share that. And my little voodoo kitty from Sherry just fell. We can't have that. Sherry got that for me for Christmas because of Mozzie. And when she said she saw it in the store, she had to grab it for me. So she
Oh,
got me a little voodoo
beautiful.
kitty. Isn't that cute? So, and may I ask, Miss Nancy, how is your, and I know this is a personal spiritual journey with the goddess, but is there anything that you want to share on that you've learned working with Carradine so far?
Uh yes, I have pretty much one of the messages from her is there are no excuses.
Yeah.
You know, and she is beautiful, beautiful, but she is all business.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Many of them are.
yeah. But she knows that I am honoring her and trying to draw closer to her, and I think she just wants to see how serious I am about this.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because I mean, I've fixed an altar for her, and
Which is beautiful, by the way. People haven't seen
yeah.
Nancy's video when she shares her room. Lovely job. Beautiful.
Thank you. But I'm glad that I'm working with her. I love the story of her, and the cauldron and the 3 drops and everything. But she's so much more than that.
Yeah. Because people don't realize that these mythologies, a lot of them too, were kind of rewritten after from a male point of view, a patriarchal view, and so a lot of people don't realize a lot of these early goddesses all can be traced back so even further back to the really core, so that there's just kind of more than. Yeah, I mean the stories are there are beautiful to teach and learn, but it would take I think a lifetime to really
Yeah.
be able to just peel back, you know,
Hmm.
all the layers, like with Mother Mary, Kuan Yin, and Isis. A lot of people think because of the timeline, they're thinking that, you know, Isis, then Mary, and there's some people feel that Isis was Mary reincarnated, or it was, or Mary wasn't real and was another version of Isis because of the mother and child. But I I I don't personally, you know, believe that, but when you go back and you see how far the traditional goddess, you know, the mother, um,
Hmm.
and then they think all goddesses are all, you know, mothers having to have children, but there are goddess energies, and maybe entities, archetypes that were about the side of women who wanted to be more warrior, wanted to be more, you know, in battle, wanted to be more
Yes.
part
Yes.
of, you know, that's why we have goddesses like Venus and Aphrodite, you know, who help teach us about self-love, um, and you know, like Lilith. And it's so interesting, Lilith came back up today because Amy's Mystic Rose was doing a live today. And when I popped in to say hi, there was this beautiful channel name that said Lilith Moonchild. And it
Ooh.
was, and the font that she used, and I was just like really quick, Lilith, I love your name. And she goes, thank you, I like yours too. So, but Lilith, you know, I had a dream last year. I don't know if it was this year or if it was back in December, but I woke up in the morning and it was like someone took a old-fashioned typewriter, put a sheet of paper through, and just kept typing the name Lilith. It was all across her name, boom, 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 and it was on a sheet. And I was just like, oh, okay. So, you know, I did look up Lilith, and again, there's the snake, and I have problems with snakes. And you know, I
You
was
might
also,
have to reevaluate that.
especially Nancy, after I found out, according to Real Sky Astrology, I'm the 13th sign, really. I'm a little bit of the Sag, but I'm more of the 13th sign. And
Oh,
what's the symbol of the 13th sign?
sneaky snake.
Yes, it's called a ficus or something like that.
Oh,
And
goodness.
I'm just like, oh no. So it's got to be past life because of, you know, memories and things.
Yeah. Yeah.
But people, you know, sometimes wonder, like the Minoan snake goddess, you know, her, and people are like, oh, she's grabbing two snakes. But when you still think about it, the snakes represented transformation,
Mhm.
transmutation, the power to shed, like women
Yes.
shed their blood
Yeah.
every month. You know, it was regenerative. We didn't die. It was that power. And of course, eventually that power that, you know, men became afraid of. Um, and and not because of actual, I think, fear. They put it into people, into other people over the years as an actual fear, but for a lot of it was just power. You know, they were afraid of the feminine power. The Minoan snake goddess, you know, holding those snakes and, you know, saying, you know, I'm divine, I'm powerful, I'm transformative. So, you know, I understand, you know, I really, I mean, certain shapes and designs I can handle, but I can't tell you the times I've had nightmares, and especially what feels like memories of being in a room filled with and being thrown
Oh.
into it. So yeah, won't
Mm.
go there. So people can kind of see why I have such
Yeah.
issues
Yeah.
with snakes. But yeah, Allison, da 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 da. Hello, Fatima, my dear. We were wondering when you would come in. I have my Mother
Right.
Mary cards all set aside for you. Um, and Moira says snake is a great symbol. It can be, but too, just for me, also the way it devours its prey and stuff. I just have some. Heather's got some stuff she's got to still work through, you know, but we're getting there. And when I do go out into nature now, I think nature is respective, at least the snakes, because I've asked them, please, you know, I have fear. I will literally nearly go into a heart attack. I mean, I get so bad, it's like it's an anxiety attack where I can't breathe and my chest hurts,
Mm.
especially if it's unexpected. I'll just be like paralyzed in fear. And so, you know, going into nature now, they know not to scare me. And after I'm done walking through the woods or whatever, when I'm done, I'm like, thank you,
Yeah.
you know, for not scaring me. I appreciate that. So, um, There was
And
also,
I'm sure they appreciate the respect you give them.
oh, I try.
That you're communicating with them.
Yeah, I just ask them, please, I don't want to see you.
Yeah.
I don't want to see you. I can't handle you. My mother was terrified of snakes. She grew up in Mexico, had a rattler in the house once. Oh,
Oh
my
my.
mom used to tell me stories too about growing up,
Yeah.
and no, no,
We
thank you.
have copperheads here in the mountains.
Yeah, you gotta be careful of
Yeah.
those. Hello, Sonia, my dear. However, there was one snake I can say that I was actually, because even pictures or videos, I'm like, no way. But one day, someone was sharing a video. This is going back about a year or two or so. And it's an actual rainbow serpent. This serpent has the colors and its scales is reflective of the rainbow. And someone was holding it or was taking a video of it. And for the first time, I wasn't terrified. I was actually in awe. And I remember just looking at it and saying, "You are truly beautiful and divine." And that was the only time where I didn't feel like, oh my God, like, honey, shut, change the channel or
Kind of
let me.
like the drawings of dragons that have all the different jewel tones.
Yes, exactly. And,
Beautiful.
dragons are supposed to be based on serpents. I see the original, but I'll prefer it's weird. I don't mind reptiles. I just cannot handle like the crocs and the alligators. I don't like their energy. No
Well,
offense
like
to,
you
but
said, past life, something must have happened. You
But
know.
when it comes to lizards and bearded dragons, I got to pet one once before. I got to hold one once before. So it's something that has to do with past life and where
Hmm.
I can't, but who knows, possibly at some point. And let's see, Sonia. Oh, thank you. I'm going to be working on more of those. I was inspired by you guys last night. So some of those were really resonating and just want to be developed more. Hello, Karen. That's Care Bear and Odelia. I knew you would be popping in, my dear. Yep, and Karen got a poem too. And it was so nice that Miss Terrell D was able to join us after his show
Oh
with
yes,
Hershey and with
that
Deanne
was that was really nice.
and Sonia. I can't stand snakes. All touched a giant. Oh, wait a minute. All touched a giant. Oh, you tried to. Yeah. Well, at least you're more brave than I am because I couldn't. She says I'm still fascinated learning about them. And it's so weird because when she was alive, there was a woman by the name of Gabriel Roth, and she started out in the 80s, and she was about using dance for healing, teaching people to, with disabilities, don't be afraid of your bodies, listen to your bodies, don't be
Hmm.
afraid if you can't do a move or the just and she would help people do she would do workshops, and she would teach people how spiritual it was to move into your body, how to sweat and connect to spirit and connecting to the earth and the ground. And she released CDs called Gabriel Roth and the Mirrors. And she did one that came out in 1990. I was 19 going on 20, and my mom and I went to this one metaphysical shop that was near us. It's gone now, unfortunately, but they were playing this one CD, and I'm like, oh wow. And it was her with members in her band using instruments, and they were replicating animal sounds.
Oh
And
wow.
except for the first one, it was called the inner, but the CD's called Bones, and it's first the inner calling and it's the drums. But then she did one that was whale. It was whale or dolphin. And you could just the sound of the instruments, you made you feel like you were moving through the water. There was one for crow. And the one
Mm.
and actually my favorite off the whole CD is the one that was for snake. It was just a beautiful rhythmic movement, like you could feel like you were like through sand, how you see some of them moving through sand, and it has such a beautiful rhythm to it. And it's like, why is everything keep coming back around to the snake? So it's obviously something I have to work on. Oh my goodness, chat's jumping. Hello, Pisces. Hello, TK. Yes, hugs. Hugs to you, my dear.
Yeah.
I'm coming along. Yes, because Allison also has a weird energy. So Allison and I can kind of get each other on this. We're working through our snake issues.
Yes.
And hello, Jackie, Jacaranda. Good to see you, my dear. So TK's throwing out hugs to everybody. Okay. So was there
We all
anything else
need a
you wanted
hug.
to?
Yeah.
Oh, and before we get to readings, I have to before about an hour or so before I came on with Nancy, Shan and I were going through the YouTube on our TV, and there's a channel called Professor Rock. And this young guy is amazing because he grew up in the 80s and his dad had a love of music. And so he has a show where he interviews people from all different genres of music from the 80s, 70s, 60s, even to the 90s. He does interviews and he looks at songs and he even knows producers. I mean, this he just absolutely he just loves music and we learn so much when we watch him.
Mm.
And today he wanted to focus on the goddess herself, the queen of rock and roll, even though he lost her at age 27, Miss Janis Joplin. And even every time I even mention her name, my hairs are just like standing all up on my body. He was focusing on the song "Take Another Piece of My Heart,"
Oh. Yeah.
and it was amazing that it didn't even break the top 10. The album that it was on did well, but just how could this song should have been because it was his segment called Number One in Our Hearts, and he shared some of her history of growing up and how she was bullied, you know,
Mm.
and for her outlet later on was music, and just the footage again showing her how she's saying how she felt her music. Um, why am I getting emotional? But I mean, we just lost her so early, so young. But she was just absolutely, I mean, talk about being in touch with the feminine. I mean, just she was in touch with her sexuality, her
Mhm.
empowerment. She was loving, she was compassionate. Before she passed, was actually, which is interesting. I might do a show later on. Um, it was known that just before she passed away, she was actually considering leaving the music industry for a while. She wanted a family.
Oh.
And by wanting a family and leaving the music industry, what does that mean? That means the music company and whatnot lose money. So I'll just kind of leave it there. But someone pointed that out, and I didn't know that. But she
Mm.
had intentions of, when, Pearl was supposed to be her album. And
Mhm.
then she had talked about to people that, you know what, I want a family, I want a child, I want to start, and then boom, she passed away. So,
Was this
um,
the Professor of Rock? Is that the name of his channel? Is that what you said?
yes, yeah,
Okay,
but I
I
didn't
have to
learn
look
that
him
from
up.
him. I didn't learn that from him. I learned that from another
Uh
channel a
huh.
while back. But Professor Rock, he has so many videos where he talks about songs, the artist. He sometimes does interviews with them when they allow. Like one of my most recent favorites was the lead singer from Soul Asylum. Well, they still tour Soul Asylum, and the song "Runaway Train," and how they allowed that song, their video, to be images of children that were missing or exploited, and they were in search of them. And during the video, instead of showing the band, they would show the images from the milk cartons. We grew up, remember the
Hmm.
milk carton kid, and
Yeah.
this video just rotated missing children of all ages for the video. And so, yeah, he does some really special interviews, and you learn a lot about music that you didn't know of. And with him talking about Janice today and just seeing her perform, I just can't imagine the kind of music she could have ended up creating. You know,
Oh, yes.
a lot of these artists like Amy Winehouse and, you know,
Hmm.
um, he had Kurt Cobain in the list, but a lot of us all know that Kurt didn't do it. But just Jimi Hendrix, all of them. It's just
Hmm.
Lane. For me, one of the hardest ones is Lane Staley from Alice in Chains. He had such a unique voice. A lot of these people just pouring out their trauma and putting it through and sharing it through music. Um, it's just there's just something, you keep saying powerful, but it really is when you can sit there and you can feel someone's pain through their voice coming through you and connecting with your energy and it moving you. There's nothing like it. And hello Gypsy JJ, love her, love all. Oh yes, love to everybody. So yeah. um Moira, don't know her chart, but Janice seems so Aquarian. She might have been. I'm not sure. Just want to make sure because I know I'm talking my. It's like people are like, we're here for divine feminine, but we are talking about, divine feminine. We're talking about the power of, women. And like I was saying with Janice, just tapping into that untamed, you can't control me. I'm going to, this is my sexuality. I'm going to be sexual. I'm going to, I'm going to use my voice. She was for peace. It was just, yeah, she lived her life. Let me tell you. And hello, Kristen Louise. Hello, my dear. So was there anything else, Nancy, before I go ahead and put up our banner that you wanted to share?
No,
Okay. So if anybody would like a divine feminine reading, Nancy and we'll pull a card or two. And the whole drill, just putting me in caps. And hello, Earl. Good to see you. Thank you for joining us. One of my new subscribers.
hi, Earl.
I got to meet Earl through Earl, I believe I met you through Brenda Taro's channel. So good to see. Speaking of Brenda Taro, she just popped in. Oh my goodness, Brenda. I didn't even see you there. And I'm saying hello to Earl and saying, new subscriber. I met him through Brenda. So and Damara, who joined us one day. She's a songstress that lives in New York City. I met her through Brenda as well. So, okay, I'm starting to see the me's. So let me star them. And Nancy and I will be going through and we'll be doing randoms. So if you are requesting a reading, a card pull, please let Nancy and I know if you have to leave. I know there are multiple shows. So if we call you and you're not here, then we'll just go to another person that's already in chat. So okay, I got you, Karen. Okay. Oh, there's Kristen. Already got you, Kristen. Here I am, just came in. Oh, of course, Brenda. I would be happy to. You give me so many readings. Let me go ahead and start. And Earl, yes, you may. And already we're up to 7 already. So let me go into the star. Now, oh, okay, let me take one. This is a comment. Let me take this out. So, already let's do a Care Bear. She's got some stuff going on. Today's my father's birthday in heaven. Passed away 7 years ago. Could use some encouragement. So, okay, my dear. Let's see. So, like I shared with Nancy, I have 2 decks by what can I have so many authors. Why can I never remember their names properly? Rebecca Campbell, the Rose Oracle. The artist is Katie Louise, and I believe Katie Louise is also the artist for her Healing Waters. And so, because one is water and one is rose, I'm going to be doing rose water I call them rose water because of the rose and the water. So, for you, Karen, I'm going to go ahead and I am going to pull 2 for you on that. And thank you everybody for joining us. And I don't know if anyone has noticed because we had to take last Monday off. Nancy has some beautiful shimmery purple hair now. I love it.
Thank
Almost
you.
guy matches my curtains.
Yes. See, get my head over there.
Yep, and Brenda does live readings every Sunday with her friend Ann Ellis, on her channel. I think it's 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, if I remember correctly. Karen said his favorite flowers were roses. Well, oh, perfect then, Karen. And Jackie says, it looks gorgeous, Nancy.
Thank you.
Oh, and Chris and Louise just shared, ladies, I will be leading a ritual in honor of Freya at the end of March. Very nervous
Ooh.
about it, but excited. Oh my goodness, that's awesome. Yeah, Freya, the goddess of cats. Her chariot is led by cats. And that's what Friday is named after. Friday's named after Freya. Okay. Are you ready, Nancy, or would you like me to go?
You can go. I'm ready, but you can go. You go
Oh,
first.
don't matter. Okay. So, Karen, I got the sun. Just look how beautiful. I mean, all the artwork in these cards are beautiful. The sun is about joy, enjoyment, life force, success, vitality, and play. So right off the bat, he's saying to you, I watch over you, I shine on you like the sun. Continue to find enjoyment in life. Live life to the fullest. Play. Don't be afraid to play, to have fun. There's two figures in here. It's kind of hard to see, but it looks like they're also one's also dancing. So don't be afraid to live, to love, to enjoy life to the fullest. Because he, like the sun, he's watching over you. And the water aspect is she who flows. It's all about ease, being open to change, and going with the flow of life. So let me get this up here close so you can see the two figures just going with the flow. There's the beautiful water, and I'm trying to sometimes with her cards, with her artwork, there's multiple, and it almost looks like it's a well, for me this feels very feminine. A portal, but also the enjoyment of life and the female ability to create, and that spark that comes from tapping into that vitality, that playfulness, letting that to flow, just flowing with life. Whenever things get hard, just let go. Let the goddess guide you. Let your inner guide, goddess, um, yeah, just release those emotions too. Don't be afraid to release them. Um, you know, when you think about your father, if you feel like you gotta cry, just cry, release the emotions. But he says, just go with the flow of life. He's there with you. And I'll give you over to Nancy.
Well, that's interesting that you were talking about flowing. This is a card I have for you, Care Bear. I have two cards. This one is water, the overflow. And it says, the being in the picture has many hands, and yet water falls through her fingers. It blesses her in the moments it touches her radiant skin and continues on its journey. Her heart is also overflowing with love. Her eyes are filled with tears. She gracefully allows what comes through to move her without control. Aligned with purpose, she is overjoyed to give from this limitless place, and she radiates so much light into the world. Give more from a place of overflow than obligation. Even when we think we have nothing to give, coming from a mindset of overflow creates more of what we want. I think that's a beautiful message. And this card taps into your divine feminine. And it is the card that says unapologetic. I want you to look at this picture. Doesn't she look silly?
Yep.
What it says is be yourself. Release the expectations of society. Be a mess. Just be yourself. Don't worry about what other people say. And have fun. I mean, it's kind of like me with my purple hair. I don't care what anybody thinks about it if they
Looks
don't like it.
fabulous.
I'm having fun.
That's all that matters.
But I think this is really important to just really let go and just let it happen. And this overflowing with the love, I know that that's the way it was with you and your daddy.
Oh, beautiful. And she had shared with me, she had a medium reading once and she channeled music and he said to go with the flow. And that pineapple on my card, and this for you. Wow, the synchronicity. This is amazing. Thank you both so much. He was unapologetically himself. This is his energy. Thank you. Oh, wow. Beautiful. And yes, Gypsy, JJ, these are great words for everybody, because a lot of these readings, they all touch us. We can all, at some level, take the message and, and apply it to ourselves and our life and where we've been going. So, and Moira, nice read. Thank you, Moira. So thank you, Karen, for letting us read for you. So let me so I don't get mixed up here. So Kristen Louise has got a big day next month. Let's do for Kristen Louise.
All right.
Oh, what card? Not what card, what deck? Oh, I know the perfect deck, Kristen. So I don't know if everybody knows, but Miss Kristen Louise is a deck creator.
Yes.
This is her deck right here. She did an incredibly beautiful job. It's called the Star Rune Oracle. And so, Kristen, I'm going to use your deck. And I think it's a great way of getting your name and your deck out there as well. And you can purchase her deck. I believe the link is in your channel description as well. Oh, okay. Yeah, let's do one top and one bottom. So Nancy's contemplating her cards. And Nancy, when you go, I'm going to put you on that full screen because you're on a smaller format today.
Okay.
So are you ready with your cards?
I am.
Oh,
Unless
so
you
go
want to
ahead.
go first. Here I am.
There you are.
Kristen, this is the card for you. It is radical expansion. Ooh. It is time for radical ways of being and thinking. And you can start by granting yourself the freedom and creativity to be you. Unleash your inner rainbow dragon and unapologetically claim your heart-based empowerment and radiantly unconventional gifts. You can be as big as your energy wants to be. Let go of limiting stories and take up all the space you need. Have fun unleashing who you are. As bold and radical as your ideas or offerings might be, they could be just what the world is waiting for, what the world wants. Be the masterpiece your soul always wanted you to be. And the second card is from this new deck that I got that is called the Elemental Empath. And this is the card. I think this is wonderful for you because you're doing the Freya ceremony. It is the card of confidence. And I want you to look at her. Her arms are up high. This is a fiery card, fiery energy.
And Puppy agrees.
It says, oh, that's my chihuahuas. I apologize.
Oh, no, it's wonderful. I love the perfect timing. It's beautiful.
take up space, love yourself, be you. You are worthy of all that you can possibly get. And there's just such power in this card. And I can see you. I can see you in this card,
I do.
Kristen.
Beautiful. Oh, everyone loves that card. And Morris said, like Heather's rainbow snake. Kind of, sorta. And Kristen says, yes, she looks like she is invoking a deity. Most definitely.
Yes.
So, Kristen, from your deck, I pulled a couple cards and I just grabbed a couple of tarot just to kind of clarify. First card I have is Hailstorm. And so, to me, this feels like this is you finally letting go of and moving on from last year, moving forward with your life. Everything that you have held in that might be pent up, just wanting to scream, just wanting to yell. There's even a rock band with a lead singer. Can't think of her name, but I believe they call themselves Hailstorm too, or Hailstorm. And so with this card here, it's all about just kind of like screaming, letting it all out, just releasing all those emotions and just, okay, let it go. I don't know if you can go out into the woods somewhere, if you can scream with the animals, cry with the birds, just kind of do like that primal scream. Just
Mm.
let everything out. And as you're doing it, it's like it'll be like Nancy's card. You'll be invoking your own personal power. You're releasing your pain. You're giving it to spirit. And then the card underneath that was starting anew. I got your start anew card, which is perfect because you let that go and now you start walking towards this light, a whole new life. And I just want to pull a couple of just tarot cards really quick to go with the hailstorm. And I did get the Seven of Swords. This is my Mystic Palette deck that I'm using. So this is you, like the eagle, leaving this behind. You're taking what you have and you're moving forward. You're looking back saying, okay,
Mm.
this is what my life was before. But now I'm on the wings of this eagle. I believe it's the eagle, or it could be eagle, raven, thunderbird. You're picking up the pieces, you're moving forward, and I also got the Knight of Swords as well, and he's right there handing you the sword. You know you can do this. You mentally get yourself. You feel like maybe you need to prove yourself. Like I got to do this to prove I can do it. Um, just don't get stressed out by it. You already know that you can do this. You've taught classes on tarot where you were terrified, and you were came back to us and said, "I did an amazing job. They loved it. They want me to do more." Great. So again, you have the power, the mental faculty right there. You're knowledgeable enough. You know what to do, and you'll be able to do it. So that's for you, my dear. And Kristen also put the link in the chat if you're interested in her cards.
Oh, it's a wonderful deck.
She says, I had a feeling headcloths would come up. Yes, been getting angry more often recently. Don't know why. Kristen, honey, it's part of the grieving process.
Yes.
We don't go through each stage and then we were supposed to be done. We go up and down. There's no, I mean, it's nice that Kubler-Ross was able to create areas of identifying the grieving process, but to say that you go through this and then to this and then to this and then you don't. No, we're not all like that. We will fluctuate. We will go back and forth. And I think Nancy too, you can attest losing your husband last year, the grieving process, we fluctuate. We go through different moments of anger, grief, release, you know, acceptance, and
It's a process.
it's a
It
process.
really is. It really is. And it's hard. It's hard.
Okay. Send you a wrench. Okay. Well, let me go ahead and pull up the next person that we are going to do. So let me take out um hey Brenda, well, I'm giving you the wrench. Let's read on Brenda. I don't think
Okay.
Brenda, I don't know if I've ever pulled a card for you on one of my shows. I know you come in and you pop in and you support, and I appreciate that so much. So definitely get you your reading. So let me go into my live. I'm going to mute myself. And I'll just go ahead and put Nancy on the big screen.
Oh, okay. Just got one card. Gonna get the other card. Okay, Brenda. The first card that I got for you is the card of rest. And I want you to look at her. This card says to slow down, connect to nature, and calm yourself. And I think it speaks a lot to grounding. But look at her. Look at how at peace she is, and how just at one with the universe she is. And I think this is a wonderful reminder for all of us, Brenda. But this card is for you. And the second one is the card that is titled Star Seer. Have you ever headed towards a specific destination, but instead of it being where you ended up, the journey was the catalyst for getting you where you were meant to go? Have you ever felt nothing was working out as planned, but then it came together perfectly? This card depicts intuition as a goddess lifting us to see where we are going and the star she sees in us. The journey may not go as planned, but the outcome is better than you thought possible. Let the serendipities unfold. Allow space for unexpected opportunities, even when the route is not as direct as you imagine. Listen to your intuition and know that you have got this. I love that for you, Brenda.
Ooh, very nice. And Brenda, you are already a mod. So I did go ahead and make Care Bear a mod too. Okay, so Brenda, I pulled from my Healing Heart deck. And the card that I have is Reinventing Heart. Get to know yourself anew. And here's some more rainbow colors. And I just love how it's kind of like the grays, but you're dipping in and you're reaching for your heart, and it's colorful. Like you're multifaceted. Because what's interesting too, Brenda was a hairstylist for many years. She cut and dyed people's hair, so it's that beautiful color, that multifaceted talent. Not just with hair, but with oracle and being able to talk to people and to be there to give them, for me at least, a lending ear, understanding, especially when things have gotten hard. Very supportive of myself. She's supportive of other channels. So this beautiful rainbow heart. And it's kind of like she's like almost going, like almost fainting, like, oh my goodness, look at what more it is that I can do. And so I pulled a couple tarot cards, and Brenda, I got the magician. Well, there's two magicians in my Mystic palette because I ordered it directly from Marchetti's site. So I got a signed copy. You got the signed copy, magician, and in this one here, he's got a pen and ink in his hand. I'm wondering if you are maybe thinking about writing or doing some sort of a book, um, yeah, like a spiritual workbook, a tarot workbook. I don't know if this may be something writing. Okay, it just popped into my head. It just showed me you standing there with your feathers for when you go and you do your powwows with your people. I don't know if it's something that you might want to start writing about, the mythologies, or writing stories about your ancestors. Um, and then the bottom card, I got the Hierophant. And for me, this just feels like institutions, um, traditions. And for me, this feels like not a like Christian in a sense. I know you go to church, but with me, it feels like you want like there might be something you might want to start writing or sharing in the tradition of your people and how it has related to your life growing up. Um, a lot of people don't know Brenda's Canadian, so Brenda, if I assume correctly, you're part of the Seven Nations that are of Canada, and there are many stories of what your peoples have gone through that need to be written on. I know it's kind of going kind of off, like where is this coming from? But they just keep showing me that picture of you with your beautiful dress and your sacred feathers at your one ceremony. And so I just feels like the magician taking everything of your knowledge of your people, of your experiences, of your own spiritual path, and maybe writing them down and sharing them in writing. So I'm just going to leave it at that. And if any of that resonates, if you want to private message me or share in the chat, um, yes, because I'm trying to trust more, Brenda, like you tell me, trust, when I get messages. So, yes, that is a magician card. And that was the one that I got the signed copy. So that's actually his signature. His hands actually touched this card.
Ooh.
Wow. So great card. Okay. So let me just, Heather, yes, just saw that. Okay. Um, You're making your own deck. Yay! So there's the writing.
Wow.
Very exciting. Yes. And Hierophant, yes, can be teaching too. Traditions, schools, teaching people books, writing. Yes. Brenda is so extremely knowledgeable of the tarot, of astrology, and her channel. She does, her weekly readings, especially Pisces. So if you I mean, I enjoy when she posts the Sagittarius. She does a very thorough job in doing weekly readings for the sign. So definitely check out Brenda's channel. And hello, Sylvia. Thank you for joining us. Yeah, everybody loves that. First Nations Cree. That's what Brenda's a part of. First Nations Cree. Um, yep, divine writing indeed.
Hi, Sylvia.
Okay, wonderful. So let's read for Earl. Let's read for the gentleman that's hanging with us in
All
the
right.
Divine Femme. So Earl, hopefully you are still here. Um, I am going to. I was going to pull again from this deck, but I'm going to pull from Kristen's deck. So hopefully, Earl, you are. Yep, you are here. Awesome. Oh, no. Okay, yeah, I can't take all those cards. We'd be here all night. Okay. 98 more subscribers until you get 800, Heather. I'm just happy, Sylvia. I just hit 700. So I'm very grateful for that. And Brenda says, beautiful Heather and Nancy. Thank you. And you're so welcome, my dear. And Brenda, you have to come join us on an evening too with Nancy and I. We love having other
yes.
readers join us. And I'm going to put
Earl,
Nancy.
I have two cards for you. The first is the collective.
Ooh.
And this says,
that deck.
All is connected. We are all connected. There is a collective growth that is happening, and you are supported. And look at the power. Look at the power in the collective. Look at the power that we have. The second card is the throat chakra. Express your truth. This chakra is the origin expression. It is the source of the life spark that inspires your aliveness and stokes the creative fires in others. This is the outer sharing of your inner being, the glowing song of your soul on the winds of your flight to understanding more of who you are. Connect to the crux of your potential and take it further than you would have imagined. As spirit fuses into the tangible, it actualizes as a platform for greater experience, and new facets are sculpted, seeded, and shared as a fractal of light in the form of your own unique language. It's very powerful.
And he says, looks like I am supported by the universe. Yes, you are. We all
Yes.
are.
Yes. I love the light in that card, the power in that card.
Oh, I thought you were, that was the second card. I'm just sitting here going, I'm just waiting for Nancy to show her second card. And of course, ow, someone wanted to come and say hi. So Sonia, if you're still here, you missed him last night. Say hello, Mozzie. Say hello to everybody. You gonna be a good boy and sit up here, not knock mommy's cards off. Okay, so Earl, I've got some very interesting cards for you. I'm just gonna take this down real quick. That helps me when I am praying. Okay, beautiful. And oh hi, Sonia. Yes, says oh hi. Sonia says hi to you. So Earl, I have Bracano. I have healing, and this is one of the most powerful things. I'll say things. This is one of the powerful images. No, you can't have that card. That Kristen Louise created for her deck, healing. No, you can't lick the card. Stop it. I don't know, Earl, if Earl, I don't know if there were any women in your family that had suffered with breast cancer. For me, it feels like this is somebody coming through for you. Because what this, if people don't quite understand what this image is, this is a woman who is freely showing her chest after having a double mastectomy, where she had to have her breast removed, and the true essence about healing and healing your body and the healing that we are spirit. We are more than. My aunt passed away from cancer. Okay, Earl. I don't know if it was breast cancer, but this tremendous healing light. And I love how she's like touching her heart area, saying, I am more. Because that's one of the things about women. I'm going to go off on just a little bit that this is something that Nancy and I were talking about backstage is how there's so many different, um, um, what should I say? So many stereotypes and ways of I mean, to be a young woman these days, so many conflicting ideas of what this is what a woman looks like. This is what a girl looks like. This is how she dresses. This is what her body should look like. This, on and on and on. And a lot of women still, to this day, are still their ideal of beauty, of self-worth is still shown through their bodies, and especially through our breasts and our backsides. And so, for a woman who was willing to have a picture of herself photographed and be open to be used for images openly, not having her breasts is such a powerful statement saying, see, I am woman, but I am more than, my breasts. I am more than my sex. I am more than I am a spiritual, divine, feminine energy. And I'm so sorry, Earl, that you lost a few weeks ago. His aunt passed. Okay. You're giving me shivers now, Earl. So the bottom card I had, Earl, was home. I got Othala. And so I think the message here then is both in the context of I am healing, I am on the other side, I am there with you. I love this blue healing light through the heart. I'm there in your heart. This is where my home is. She is home. She is on the other side. She's at home, but she's also within the home of your heart when she comes to visit. But yeah, and you're talking about relocating. Okay. I'm just going to pull, see what the next card was from the top of the deck, girl. Um, Earl, I don't know if there's some sort of conflict maybe going on with the family since of her death. I did get conflict. I don't know if this, I don't think this is necessarily within yourself. I think that a lot of times when people pass, family members, I've experienced this. They want this thing, they want that item, they want this home. They want, so I don't know if there's some sort of conflict maybe going on within the family. But just to have hope that there's more to life than whatever might be what people might be fighting over or conflicting over. I have that beautiful card of hope, to have hope. And so but yeah, she doesn't want you to lose hope, and you relocating, starting over. Remember, home is where your heart is, and she will be there with you. And that's my message for you. Yes, it's her will, so there is. Okay. Well, Earl, thank you for sharing that with me, with us. That can't be easy. No. I know when my so Earl, let me share you. This is my grandma, and when she passed away, a lot of people just flocked. I want this. I want that. No one asked, Heather, what do you want? What do you want of grandma's? And so intuitively, I felt her draw me to her room, even though I wasn't quite sure what that was back then. And I did find a ring. I've lost a couple of the stones had fallen out of it over the years, but it was like I looked, I saw a ring, and it was just like that's from me to you. So they're with you there, no matter what, and no matter where you go. So thank you. Wow, just a quick sip. And yes, and Mozzie was here for, and you kept looking at card and rubbing up against it. So was that an extra message, Moz? Mm-hmm. Okay. All righty. So Moira, you are up next, and then Fatima. I have my mother Mary for you. So right now we'll do Moira. And what deck should we use, Mozzie? Let's do a rose water. He's like, I'm just gonna lay here. Yeah, it's just sad how a death of somebody can bring out the worst in people, of a loved one. So, what is the other deck?
Maura, the first card that I have for you is the card of letting go. And
Yeah. Ooh.
it's a beautiful card, isn't it? And this is a card of timing, and it's a card of forgiving yourself, processing emotions, and forgiving yourself and others, and just letting yourself be. Sometimes it's hard to let go, to just let it wash over you, and there's a peace and a regeneration in that. And I love this because I think it's very important. It's very powerful. Um, and look how she's nurturing herself. She's she is just receiving all of the blessings and power from opening herself up to surrender herself and just let it just being. The second card is the life force energy. Revel in the bliss of being alive. This card is packed with luminous life force energy for optimal health and healing. As much as possible, seek joy and upliftment in everything you do. Consider the foods you eat, the environment you spend your time in, the people in your life, and what you wear. Increase your awareness of how things come to be in your world and their energetic resonance. You may be inspired to work with healing energies with the land, perhaps to grow vegetables. You are encouraged to joyously make your life a piece of Eden. As a result, you will shine with vitality.
Ooh, very nice. And Sonia's like, wow, I want to do a shoot like that card.
Yeah, boy, I tell you what.
Boy, I wish I had her figure to be able to do a shoot like that. Oh, how cute.
That's Truffle Britches. She's rubbing her back on the
Oh, that feels so good.
on the rug.
I miss my puppies. That's so cute.
Truff.
As Sonia just said,
You're a good girl.
and this is funny. Sonia said, I can't see very well, so let me correct myself if she's missing a bathing suit. I want to do a shoot like that, but with a bathing suit.
Well, all of her feminine bits are covered up.
There you go. Her pretty bits.
Kind of reminds me of Bo Derek, Remember the movie
goodness.
10?
Yes. Oh my, who can't remember, or not remember that scene, let me tell you. So Moira, yes, gotta let go and change. I got stagnant waters for you, feeling stuck. A call for shifts, flow, and change. So you need to start. I say you need to, but what the card is suggesting is that you may be feeling stuck, whether energy, maybe spiritually, um, energetic wise, um, just generally feeling stuck in life, not knowing which way to move. And I know I can understand that a lot of people don't know really how life is going to really progress moving forward because of everything, going on in the world. It can very well make us feel like we're stuck in maybe negative energy, negative self beliefs about ourselves. Um, but the rose card to make it the rose water is I got the mystic rose. And this is about having compassion, devotion, humility, humanity, and grace. So allowing when you get those times when you feel stagnant, like you can't move forward, don't get so hard on yourself. Have some compassion for yourself. Maybe start devoting more time to meditation. And meditation doesn't mean having to sit quietly in a sitting position for a certain amount of time. This could be, maybe journaling, going for a walk in nature, sitting, listening to music, petting your fur baby if you have a fur baby, things that bring you joy, that brings you that feeling of love, um, humility, grace. And yeah, especially with the energies in the world right now, um, you know it's hard to show others compassion, and you know but just to stay in that state of grace where don't let that stuck energy, that negative energy that's out there to affect you. and your grace and your humanity, and to just make sure that whatever is going on right now, just like Nancy said, let it flow, let it go, release, um, and just be in the present moment with yourself. And I'll leave it at that.
It's beautiful.
And let me see. Okay, okay, bye. Oh, she probably already left. Bye, Kristen. Thank you for being here, my dear. Moira. Thanks, Nancy. A beautiful message. Yes, moved from the city to be near a woods and now love my garden more than anything. So there you go. Being out in nature.
You know, when I was walking out to the mailbox today, um, and just walking, up the driveway to the mailbox, I mean, it was wonderful. The birds were singing, the trees are budding out. They're going to get bit because it's not springtime yet, but
Yeah.
it's just wonderful being outside.
Hmm. We had some nice days of weather a couple weeks ago, and
Mhm.
over the weekend we got hit with a mini snowstorm. I'm like,
Oh,
ah.
good.
But it's it's
Yeah.
it's the East Coast, it's
Mhm.
to be expected. Hello, Marby. Good to see you. Morris says, thanks both for your feminine wisdom. Ah, you're welcome. It's our pleasure. Thank you for letting us read for you.
Yes.
Moira, stuck is my work. Okay. But just, just being present, being in the moment, being mindful. And if you want, and from being stuck and getting unstuck, this may be a time where you might want to start looking to see if there's something else out there that you want to do. Start getting the feelers for, well, what job can I start maybe looking for or researching or doing on my own that would, bring more of that joy to my life, that makes me more connected and feel like with her, that card, that rose was blossoming out of her heart, that that makes your soul sing, that just is your soul's passion. So and just really quick, I have a friend who one of her girls, well, her last child, that happened to her, she almost died on the operation table because they had to do a Y cut on her. They had to literally just pull her open from up from her heart all the way down. So
Mm.
um that's painful. That's scary. So I'm glad
I
you're
don't
okay.
have a scar, but my third baby was 10 pounds, 8 ounces, and 23 inches long. And I was very thankful he was the third and not the first. But he's
Oh
six
my
foot five now.
oh my goodness.
In the beginning, they thought he was twins.
He was
You
just
know,
a big boy.
yeah, he's a big boy like his daddy.
Oh
But
my
aren't
good.
they precious? They're worth every little
Look
twinge.
at
You know
Jackie. She's like, oh my
it?
God. And every step counts, no matter how small. Exactly.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Painful. So, Fatima, my dear, are you still here? I'm sure you probably are. I know people you like to probably jumping back and forth to a couple. Um, at 7, I know Val's got some Akashic maybe going on right now, and at 7, Gerald is having his caffeinated and unfiltered. So if you want some fun, well, being blunt and honest, and sometimes that
Oh,
can't quite be fun,
yes.
but you still get
Oh,
a lot of laughs out of that.
it's fun.
Yep. And yes, she is here. Hello, my dear. I just keep seeing Jackie doing that emoji going, oh my God. Yeah, I don't know how you mothers did it. I didn't want to have kids. And being there when my grandniece was born and stuff, I was just the screaming and the pain. I'm just like, no, Heather can't handle that.
I have two cards for Fatima.
Okay. Ooh.
The first one is the Integrated Woman. It is a card of self acceptance and integrated lessons and grounded healing.
Oh, those cards are gorgeous.
Isn't that beautiful? What I like about these cards with the Divine Feminine is the power that it shows. This is a card of the cosmos. And card of healing and self-acceptance. The second card is the card of vulnerability, Fatima. When we are truly honest with ourselves in all our facets, we are vulnerable. That honesty is an important step in discovering our shadows and bringing them into the light for healing. When we share our vulnerabilities with others, we allow them to glimpse a deeper part of ourselves. Be vulnerable with yourself and others. It may be a time to step into the role of healer and hold space. Holding space means being fully present without judgment in a way that provides a safe and nurturing environment. Here, guards are dropped, a deeper level of awareness and relating can unfold, and profound healing can take place. And it's hard to be vulnerable. We want to protect ourselves, don't we? And when you open yourself up, that's when the magic happens. That's what I have for you, Fatima. Blessings.
Wow, beautiful. And before I get to Fatima's, I didn't know Allison was still here. She says, Nancy, mine was close to 9 pounds, but I am very small, so I can relate. Wow.
Well, I don't know. I loved being pregnant, and I loved having all 3 of my babies.
Aww.
So, yeah.
Sweet. Let's see. So, they're talking about okay. So Fatima says, yes, very true. And Sonia, did we, I don't think you asked for a reading, Sonia, did you? We have to get going soon though. I have a question, not, I'm not sure what you mean. I have a question, not neck. But so Fatima, I pulled from my Mother Mary Oracle, and I have Our Lady who prevents interference. So, as with our previous readings, we all know that this is related, like last night, to family. But I just love the colors too in this card. And so, with interference, I'm just going to go ahead and just read what her message is, and then I pulled a rose card to go with it. Your inner light is growing, my beloved, and through love, you are attracting many who can be nourished by you. As the love in you blossoms, there are others who are captured in fear, who may feel threatened by you and wish to obstruct your growth. I am your salvation and protection, for my love is greater than any fear. Place your loving trust in me. You shall not be harmed, nor shall you be swayed from your inevitable spiritual success on my path of love. I prevent spiritual sabotage from succeeding. The success on your path through me is the triumph of spiritual freedom. So, we all know what this is about, Fatima, with family. And the card for the oracle card. Okay, there's a fight going on. You guys can't hear that, can you? Okay. So I got healing the mother line, Fatima. So healing ancestral work and growing up. And so what this card is that by you not allowing that negativity to influence your spiritual path and growth and standing in your power and in your beliefs, that helps, from what I understand, our ancestral line. It will help heal past generations on an energetic level, and those who come after you. There will be, even if it's just maybe one grandchild or one daughter or whoever in family or people around you, they will see what that beautiful light that you are representing, the healing light. And Mother Mary with you, she's at your side. It says that right there. And so, and there's this beautiful tree too. When you think of trees, you think of also family trees, which goes with healing the mother ancestral line. So, by you continuing to honor and elevate not only Mother Mary, but the women in your family, and sharing your beliefs and moving beyond the patriarchal dogmatic confines of Catholicism and Christianity. You are paving a beautiful road for newer generations as well to really truly view Mother Mary and her ancestors in a truer divine light of who they really represented, that real love, that devotion, that power. So I'm just going to end that right there, Fatima. Oh boy. Well, I'm glad you guys can't hear that.
I have a quote for Care Bear that I've written in
Okay.
my book. When I don't feel good enough, I like to think of that time I pushed a human out of my vagina. You know, when I was the bridge between heaven and earth.
Heaven and earth, the bridge. That's
Yeah.
beautiful.
And I guess it's okay to say the V word.
Oh my goodness, don't worry about it. We're all adults here. Let's see. Sonia. When I write stories or poetry, the theme subconsciously always deals with romance, time travel, and or past lives meeting at a present time. Not necessarily a question for the cards, but do you think there is a reason? Well, what do you think? Start getting the paper and the pen and start writing. Just don't even think about it. If these images are coming to you, Sonia, um, here, let me just. It's like I don't even have to really shuffle it. It's telling you to start picking up a pen, picking up a paper. When you get these ideas, when you get these words, because that's what I'm starting to do again with doing the poetry with Jeff and reconnecting with my creative writing. I've been noticing other stories are coming. Yes, surrender, give in, start writing. Look at that beautiful card. The divine light of inspiration is coming through you.
Beautiful.
This is the blue, the intuition, this temple of your body. Allow that light, that inspiration, that divine light of creativity to come through you. Surrender to the dreams and surrender. It's like not surrendering to the doubt, but just surrendering to the messages that are coming through you. And if you feel like you got to ask, yeah, girl, just start doing it. Of course, it has to be when the time is right for you, but I mean, it's all there. So,
Oh,
and
Care Bear had twins. That's so sweet. That is so sweet.
oh, that is. Oh, and understand your phone was acting up. And a quick story before we go, if I may share again with family and with spirit and with twins. Um, when my mom was born, she had a fraternal brother, but he passed away the next day. He didn't survive. And so they had named him anyways, Theodore, so he could have a proper burial and all. And when I was 27, 28, I had a dream that I was being visited by family members. And I knew this was real because for me in a dream, there's a certain sensation I feel in the back of my neck when I'm dreaming that I know it's spirit. And it was happening at the house I was living at, the house I grew up in. And I remember going out to the kitchen, and this young man, you know, blondish brown hair, nice little goatee, just real nice looking guy, goes like this and goes, "Hey, Heather." And I'm like, "Hi." And he goes, "Don't you know who I am?" And I said, "No." And he goes, "I'm your Uncle Teddy." And I went, "Oh, Uncle Teddy, hi." And Teddy is a nickname for Theodore. I was meeting my uncle. Even though he didn't survive, his spirit was still there, and that's how he presented and wanted to say hi to me. I was Uncle
Yeah.
Teddy. And so that was my mom's twin.
It's amazing.
I
Yeah.
don't have too many cool stories like that, but that one totally sticks with me. So I
Yeah.
always love sharing that. Um, and Sonia says, in addition, it always involves the same live interest. So just start writing, Sonia. Who knows? You could be the next blockbuster. Go to the movies. Here's a trilogy. You never know.
Yeah.
Just right. So let's see. Arbor, they take a life of their own. Okay, I'm not sure. Oh, Care Bear. Okay. So everybody, thank you for joining
Yes.
Nancy and I again on another Monday. And Adelia, thank you. Those were beautiful readings, ladies.
Oh, thank
You
you.
are so welcome. And I did see you, Shazad, that you had come in. Thank you for joining. It was good to see you. And Miss Nancy, are you going to be a guest this week on anybody's channel before we go?
This coming Saturday, I'm going to be on with Ginger Faye from Ginger Faye's Tarot and Divine Musing, and Farah from Faraway Astrology is also going to be on. That's at, I think, let's see, 6 p.m. I think is the live, yes. And then next Monday, I'm going to be on a Shazual with Gerald, Tarot Stash.
And that'll be fun. And then she'll be
Yeah,
later with me.
Yes.
Yes. For me tomorrow, what is tomorrow? Tomorrow's Tuesday. I don't have anything planned tomorrow, but Wednesday, investigative tarot with Jackie and Sylvia from Colorful Foresight will be joining us. And Thursday, I have to still make the thumbnail, but Linda De Gonzalez will be joining me on my channel in the afternoon. I believe it's around 3 p.m. So keep an eye out for that. The thumbnail's coming in the link. Friday, my Friday nights with Allison, my homegirl, and homegirl. God, who says homegirl anymore? And then
Heather
Saturday,
does.
yes. Hey, that's where we're going. Hey, girl, hey. So, and then Saturday, Jeff Bailey, and Tom from Early Ritual will be joining, and we'll be having a conversation about the concept of free will and how we all have differing viewpoints. Some of us don't always maybe necessarily agree or resonate with others in the community, and this isn't to like say, well, one is right or one is wrong, but this is just having an open conversation, explaining how we feel about that type of concept, and who knows where else it may organically progress to. But definitely looking forward to that show as well. And again, Sunday, poetry tarot with Jeff, and this week Ramon from Moon Scarab will be joining us. So very excited about that. And oh yep, she's still here. Hey girl, hey. So 7 o'clock, Allison will be joining Gerald, Angela, Colleen, and Cleo for their caffeinated and unfiltered readings. So that's always a good time. And we will see you on the next live. Again, Nancy, thank you for joining me. We'll see everybody next Monday or during one of our other shows. And everybody have a great rest of your night.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.